Hello, good morning dear students. Greetings of the day. So after a very long time, I hope you have enjoyed your Diwali vacation thoroughly. So once again, in this revision lecture in Standard 7 subject Social Science, we have already completed chapter number 1, Medieval Gujarat. Okay. So in this offline video, we are going to revise the main topics, important topics from chapter number 1, Medieval Gujarat. I have already written the main important topics of part 1 revision. Okay, another part will come. You will get it very soon. So this is just for your revision. Okay. So first point, medieval age. Already we have discussed, my dear students. What is medieval age? Okay. Which dynasties ruled over in this particular period, time, age. Okay. So name the capital of their kingdom. So in live class we have discussed the meaning of the medieval age. Okay. Dynasties, which dynasty came during that period. Okay. Which were the capital during that time. So first of all, in India the period between 8th to 13th century. First, I am explaining about, revising about the meaning of medieval age, medieval period. So age period between century between 18th to 13th century. Okay, this time period is known as the early medieval age. Okay, early medieval age. Early medieval age. So Rajput ruled during this period in Gujarat, and so this period is also called Rajput age. So during this period, Rajput ruled in the various parts of the Gujarat. So this age is also known as the Rajput age. Rajput age. Okay, from 8th to 13th century in between. Okay, ancient time, then medieval time, and the modern time that we are living in this modern time. This one is ancient time and this one is medieval. Medieval means in between. Okay, so during that time, during this time, which dynasties that were ruled over in Gujarat? So first of all, during the medieval age, 3 dynasties ruled over between 746 CE to 1304 1000. The time period of the medieval age, 746 CE to 1306 CE. So during this period, my dear students, which dynasties, which kingdoms, which kings arrived in Gujarat and ruled the various parts of the Gujarat? So first of all, so they ruled almost how many years? 560 years they ruled. Okay. So these 3 dynasties were, first of all, Chavda dynasty, second one is Solanki, and the third one is Waghela dynasty. Okay, step by step. First one is Chavda, second one is Solanki dynasty, and the third one is Waghela dynasty. Waghela dynasty. So these 3 dynasties that ruled over during this period of time in the Gujarat. Okay, so these 3 dynasties were Rajput. So these all 3 were Rajput. These 3 were Rajput, and that is why it is also known as Rajput age. Rajput age. Okay. So now we are going to discuss about the capital during that time. So Anhilpur Patan, also known as Anhilwad Patan, the capitals of these 3 dynasty capitals. Okay, First one is Anhilpur Patan. Anhilpur Patan, and it is also known as Anhilwad Patan. Currently, it is situated in North Gujarat. It is known as in modern time as Patan. Patan. Okay. Okay. Was the capital of kingdoms all these three dynasties? So Anhilwad Patan, Anhilpur Patan was the only one capital of these three dynasties. Chawda, Solanki, and Vanilla dynasty. They had only one capital, and that name was Anhilpur Patan or Anhilwad Patan. Okay, so this is called the medieval period, medieval age, medieval time. Okay, medievals in between, middle century. Okay, so first topic that we have completed. Second one is Chawda dynasty. Okay. Chawda dynasty. Chawda dynasty. So Chawda dynasty ruled over Gujarat during the medieval age. So they ruled over in Gujarat during medieval age. Okay. Medieval age. Second one is Anhilpur or Anhilwad Patan was the capital of its kingdom. Second that we are going to discuss about, second topic is Anhilpur Patan, Patan or Anhilwad Patan. Was the only capital, was the only capital of this kingdom. Second one. Next topic is the Chawdas ruled over Panchasar region. So Chawda, the kings, different kings, they ruled over also in Panchasar region. Panchasar region. Also, my dear students, the king of Chawda dynasty, Jai Sikri, died in the battle and became martyr. Okay, in that particular time, okay, the king of Chawda dynasty, in one past question, my dear student, it would be there. Okay, some kind of question will be there. Objective, MCQ, match the pair. Okay, who was the king of Chawda dynasty and who became the martyr in the battle with, okay, in the battle, Jai Sikri, the king of Chawda dynasty. Jai Sikri, king of Chawda dynasty. Okay, who became martyr, okay, who sacrificed, who died, my dear students, and became martyr. So later his son Vanraj Chawda regained the ruined kingdom of Chawda dynasty and set up its capital in Anhilwad Patan on the banks of river Saraswati. So after the death of Jai Sikri, whose son Vanraj Chawda, Vanraj Chawda regain means again he captured the lost kingdom. Vanraj Chawda regained the kingdom. regained the kingdom, and again he became Anhilpur Patan or Anhilwad Patan as their capital. Okay, so Anhilwad Patan on the banks of river Saraswati. On the banks of river Saraswati. One mark objective, my dear students. This kind of question would be asked by the teacher. Okay, where it is actually situated, the location, on which river the Anhilwad Patan, the Anhilpur Patan is situated, on the which banks of the river. So your answer should be on the river banks of Saraswati, and it would be very easy for you because you are studying in this school Saraswati, so it came from the river. Okay, Saraswati. Second one is, it is believed that Vanraj's friend Anhil helped him regain his father lost kingdom. So Vanraj renamed the capital of his kingdom Patan as Anhilwad Patan. So there are lots of stories behind the battle. Okay, after Jaisikri became martyr, he died in the battlefield. So afterwards, with his son Vanraj Chawda, he took the help of his friend Anhil, okay, and with the help of Anhil, he recaptured the lost kingdom of Jaisikri, okay, and that is why Vanraj Chawda renamed Anhilpur Patan from his friend's name, Anhilwad Patan. So there is one small story behind this particular name given by Vanraj Chawda, because his friend name was Anhil, and Anhil helped Vanraj Chawda to recapture the kingdom of Jaisikri, the lost kingdom, and that is why Vanraj Chawda renamed Anhilpur Patan to Anhilwad Patan. Anhilwad Patan. Yes, my dear students. Okay, this kind of 2 mark question, 1 mark question will be there. Okay, so these things you have to keep remember. These small things, important notes. Okay, these are the main important topics of this question. Okay, such kind of question would be there. Okay, so the Chawda dynasty ruled for 196 years in Gujarat. So in last topic, Chawda dynasty, they ruled over in Gujarat almost 196 years. Okay, how many years they ruled over in Gujarat? Such kind of question will be there. So your answer should be, they ruled over in Gujarat around 196 years, almost 200 years. Okay, so these are the main important topics. Chawda dynasty, they ruled over in Gujarat during the medieval age. Anhilpur Patan, Anhilwad Patan, okay, the only capital of his kingdom, Panchasar. He also ruled over in Panchasar and regained Panchasar. Okay, Jaisikri was the first king of Chawda dynasty, but he became martyred. He died in the battle. So his son Vanraj Chawda, he took the help of Anhil, and Anhil helped him to recapture the lost kingdom of his father. And after Vanraj Chawda renamed Anhilpur Patan and gave the name of his friend Anhilwad Patan. Okay, and this was the last topic on the river bank. So Anhilwad Patan, it is actually located on the river bank of Saraswati. Okay, almost they ruled over in Gujarat almost 196 years. Okay, so that was the second point. The third point of the first part of revision is that we are going to discuss the Solanki kings and their greatness. Greatness, they were very brilliant. They were Rajputs. They are always ready to fight the battles. Always wanted to conquer with the opponents, with the enemies. Okay, Solanki, Rajputs. So that we are going to discuss. So after Chawla dynasty, my dear students, the Solanki dynasty came into the power of Gujarat. Okay. So after Chawla dynasty, Solanki kings came to the Gujarat. Solanki kings, okay, they arrived in Gujarat. Solanki dynasty came into the power after Chawla. Solanki dynasty after Chawla. Okay. So Solanki kings were Rajputs, so they were known for their bravery, as I have discussed in the live classes, my dear students. So they were very brilliant, they were very intellectual, they were always compassionate, sympathy with the poor people. In one side, they had done lots of work for the people, for the welfare of the people. In other side, they were very strong, very brilliant, very brave, always ready to fight with the opponents. Okay? So that is why they all were known for they all were known for their bravery. Okay? Bravery, this word you have to remember. Brave, brilliant, strong. Okay? So among them, so now which are, we know that, so they were all Rajputs. They were all Rajputs. So among them, Mulraj Solanki, Bhimdev, Siddharaj Jaisingh and Kumarpal, these are the main 4 kings of Solanki dynasty. 2 marks question, 3 marks question, it would be that. First one is Mulraj, okay? Mulraj. Second one is Bhimdev. Bhimdev Solanki. Third one is Siddharaj Jaisingh. Siddharaj Jaisingh, and the last one is Kumarpal. In 2 marks question, which are the main 4 rulers of the Solanki kingdom? So your answer should be, first one is Mulraj Solanki, second one is Bhimdev Solanki, the third one is Siddharaj Jaisingh, and the fourth one is Kumarpal Solanki. Okay, so they were quite brave and very famous for their work. Okay. So under Jaisingh, Anhilwar Patan became the main center of education. So under the Jaisingh, most important 1 mark question or in the fill in the blanks. Okay, under Jaisingh, Siddharaj Jaisingh, Patan became the center of education. Why? Center of education. 1 mark question. Okay, under whose king, okay, the Patan became the education center of education. So under the rule of Siddharth Jaisi, Patan became the center of education. Okay, it is also came to be known as Vidyadhan. It is also came to be known as Vidyadhan. Education, provide education. Okay. So during the rule of Siddharth Jaisi, there lived a very famous Jain scholar called Hemchandracharya. 1 mark again, Hemchandracharya. Who was he? Hemchandracharya. This word is quite different to remember. Okay, so you have to divide this word into 3 parts: Hem, Chandra, and Charya. Hemchandracharya. Hemchandracharya. Okay, so who was he? He was the famous scholar. Who was the famous scholar in Siddharth Jaisi's kingdom? What he has done? So Siddharth Jaisi proposed Hemchandracharya to prepare a book on grammar called Siddhem Sabdanusasan. So Siddharth Jaisi proposed Hemchandracharya to prepare one book on grammar. Prepare book on grammar. Okay, called Siddhem Sabdanusasan. Once again, 1 marks very most important question in the fill in the blanks, match the pair, and MCQ. Siddhem Sabdanusasan. This word is also quite very long. Okay, so you have to again divide, cut it off from the middle, from the front, and from the top, middle, and the bottom. Okay, Siddhem, Sabdanu, and Sasan. And from this way, you can easily remember this grammar book. So this is the name of the grammar book, which was prepared by one of the famous scholar. Okay, Hemchandracharya prepared the grammar book called Siddhem Sabdanusasan. Okay, so this was the great work of Hemchandracharya. When the book was compiled, it was respectfully placed on elephant's back, and a procession was taken out in the whole kingdom to honor. So it indicates that Siddharth Jaisi was aware. He knows the value of the education, about the thinking. He wants to grow the mentality, the ideology of that people. So that's why he proposed to the Hemchandracharya to prepare one book, grammar called name Siddhem Sabdanusasan. So he wanted to give honor, wanted to give respect to this grammar book. So what he has done? So he respectfully placed on elephant's back, and procession was taken out, whole kingdom to honor this grammar book. Okay, and also he walked along with this book. So it shows how they were sophisticated, how they were aware for the people for the education. So it was the first event which a literary book was given so much respect. So it was the literary work given respect. Too much respect they gave to the Siddhem Sabdanusasan. So Siddharth Jaisi also constructed Sahasraling Lake in Patan. Apart from that, Sahasraling late in Patan. Okay, fill in the blanks. Okay. During the rule of King Umarpad, Gujarat prosperity was at peak. So during the reign of Umarpad, okay, during the reign of Umarpad, the prosperity of Gujarat was at peak. On the top, they were very developed. The growth of the people, the growth, the development, according to the socially, economically, financially, okay, they were very prosper during the reign of Umarpad. So they were on the mountain top. The development of the Nihilwad Patan during the reign of Umarpad at the topmost. So during his rule, Nihilwad Patan was flooded with non-violence, prosperity and education. Three main concepts. First one is non-violence, means ahimsa. Second one is prosperity, and the third one is Lakshmi or Saraswati. Okay, Saraswati or education. These three concepts, they well prepared. They were able to succeed. Okay, to achieve. Ahimsa means non-violence. Prosperity means Lakshmi. Okay, non-violence, ahimsa. Then Lakshmi in Gujarati, money, wealth, property, and education. Saraswati. Okay, this kind of three main concepts, they were successfully achieved. Okay, so dear students, the first part is all about the medieval age, Chavda dynasty, Jaisikri. Okay, what happened after the death of Jaisikri? His son Vanraj Chavda, okay, he took the help of Anhil, okay, and regained the lost kingdom of his father. And afterwards, he ruled over, the Chavda dynasty ruled over almost 196 years in Gujarat. Okay. And also he also regained the Panchasar. In Chavda dynasty, you have to keep remember these two things. Jaisikri was the first king, and his son afterwards. His son was Vanraj Chavda, became the king of Chavda dynasty. Okay, and the third topic is also very important. Solanki kings, they all were known for their bravery. Okay, four main rulers of this kingdom, of the Solanki dynasty: Mulraj, Bhimdev, Siddharth and Umarpad. Okay, and most important thing, Hemchandracharya. Okay, he prepared Siddharth Sabdanushasan, carried out on the back of the elephant, and the procession was taken out to give respect, to give honor, respectively. Procession taken place all over the kingdom. Okay, so it was the first literary book that given so much respect during the reign of Siddharth Jaisingh. So Patan became more prosper during the reign of Umarpad. Okay, so they were succeed to achieve three kind of concept: ahimsa, prosperity and education. In second part, we are going to discuss about the kings of Solanki dynasty, about the Rajputs, administration of the Solanki kings, okay, and the Sultanate era, the beginning of the Sultanate era. So, if you have any question, okay, regarding to this revision, just call me or message me, so we can clarify your doubts, queries, and question. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Looking forward to see you on live class. Have a nice day.